Back now on Triad today, and we always like to have somebody new here on the show. I mean, really brand new to the whole area. And so we found somebody, got him right off the street. Jay Paul, our director, if we can meet our special guest. And all fun aside, Dr. Randy Parker is the brand new president of Guilford Tech. And welcome to Triad today.
Jim, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here
How
in
you
Guilford
doing?
County.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
And now, where were you born? Tell us about that.
I was born in Newbern, North Carolina, down in Craven County.
Eastern Part.
Eastern Part.
Now, did you grow up there, or did you move away from there? I mean, did you stay there for a while?
Well, I did. My dad went into the ministry when I was 6 years old, and so I lived the first 5 years or so there in Newbern, and then we started moving around in the Craven County area.
Right.
And we lived up around Kinston for a while, and then
good baseball team there.
That's right. Kinston Indians.
Yeah.
And then we moved to Havelock. I actually graduated from Havelock High School.
Okay.
There at Cherry Point, a Marine base in Havelock area.
Now, what about your mom? What did she do?
My mom, she was a mother, a stay-at-home mom.
Homemaker, yeah.
A homemaker. She certainly was. Yeah.
Well, now, who influenced you? And it doesn't have, you don't have to say mom or dad. I'm not fishing for a particular
Sure.
answer. But I'm always curious, especially somebody who goes into education, achieves high status as you have.
Sure.
Who sort of influenced you most in heading in that direction? Was it a teacher, a parent?
Well, I don't know that it was any particular person. Of course, you know, mom and dads always have influence on us. But when I was graduated from high school, living at Havelock, I got to where I liked the beach a lot and used to do a lot of surfing. And so when I didn't do all that great when I was studying in high school. And when I got out of high school, Dad said, son, you got to go to work or you got to go to college. And so I was thinking, I said, well, you know, if I work, I got to work 52 weeks out of the year. If I go to college, you know, I still have those Christmas breaks, Thanksgiving breaks. So I said, college is, I think, what I'm going to try to do. So
your dad got you off the surfboard into college.
Yes.
And we have your dad to thank for you being at Guilford Tech.
That's exactly right.
That has to be the weirdest inspirational story I've ever heard in my life.
Yes.
Now, you came to us directly. You have a storied history, and we don't have time to get into all the accolades, but of course you came directly to us from Vance Granville Community College. But before that, where you were president, but you had some experience in the private sector in engineering, right?
I did. When I got my, as I went tracked through higher education and got my bachelor's degree in engineering, I decided I wanted to go to NC State. So I started working on my master's degree, and the folks at Lenore Community College called me and said, would you like to teach for us? So I went down and started teaching for them for a while, and then finished my master's degree after about 2.5 years and worked in the engineering sector. I was a project engineer at Rockwell International at South Saunders Street. And one of the interesting things about that job, I was a project manager on the main steam isolation valves for the Sharon Harris nuclear power plant
How
in
about
Raleigh.
that?
So I was had a part in testing those and getting those actually online at that power plant there.
And great practical experience, and especially that leads me into the role that GTCC plays in our area, in our region, especially with the economy, and it's pretty bad still.
Yes.
What role is GTC? Why is it so vital right now?
Oh, so it's an important part because, you know, to get our economy turned around and to get people ready for jobs today, as typically people get unemployed, they come back and they're looking for training to retool themselves and get ready for the next wave. We're supposed to come out of this recession.
Right.
And when it does, and the jobs get turned around. So we're key about jobs. We're number one on jobs, getting our Guilford County residents and citizens ready to go back to work. As we attract new business and industry, they want to come to the college and they want to see, Randy, what can you do for us? Show us that you can do that.
And they want you to tailor the training and the instruction.
We do, exactly. And we have a team with our system office staff out of Raleigh for the North Carolina Community College system. And our team that we have at Guilford Tech, we go to your company and say, what do you need? A lot of times we'll take our people and we'll go to your plant. It might be in another country, it might be in somewhere else, another state, and we learn your process and your equipment and come back and train employees here for you.
Which makes GTCC so valuable. And on this introductory segment, it's so good to meet you. I want to make sure we put up on screen, if we can and have time, gtcc.edu is the website. Dr. Randy Parker, I hope you'll be a frequent guest.
Yes.
Welcome to the area.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you,
sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back after this.